Continuing on with our review, we are here at HRM, Human Resource Management. One of the critical concepts you get to realize is there's two factors going on in the workplace. There are internal factors and there are external factors. The internal factors they belong to the employees. Now you screen employees because you want to get good workers and all of that stuff. But the employees who you've screened, HR has screened, come in with the internal factors that include personality, skills and talents, their drive, energy level, and maybe their education level, etc. So these things belong to the employee. That's what you're paying for when you bring in the employee to the company. Now we have the internal factors, and now we have the external factors, which belong to the workplace. This includes culture, the way we do things around here. Our core values would relate into our culture. Our standards, some companies have high standards, some companies have, lax. The company and the workplace are also responsible for the co-workers, the people that the employee is going to work around, and they influence this person over here. You also have training. Rarely would an employee come in and not need some kind of orientation or training for the job. Even if it's making a hamburger, you got to know how we make the hamburger around here. Also, now, external factors belonging to the workplace, the moods. Ever notice you go into one place, or you go to work and there's a mood of the building, and that is weighing on the employees and even the customers sometimes. Also have policies that the employee must work within. We have the management style, the management style might be X and monsterish, or Y and considerate. And this would result in the overall attitude related to the moods of the building and the atmosphere. Now, a lot of people, they don't consider these things. They think that the workplace is just about the equipment, what is management in control of, kind of thing. The equipment, processes, the pay and workload, and things like that. But that's not true. The real external factors within the workplace, external to the employee, this little light of mine, include all of these things. So that's very important as an HR manager to realize and think about, because just because you hire somebody that has all of the attributes that you were, just a model employee, all of these factors are going to rain down on them and change them, which leads to the concept of you are nobody as an employee. Some employees have a personality that's strong. Some have a personality that's rather weak. A strong person would, maintain their pride and their determination even when things are negative. But you have the weaker personalities, and they are more vulnerable to the external factors. So think about that. The employee can only do so much, and they have to deal with all of this, which is created by management. So you got to consider that. This is what Deming called the 96-4. Now, I don't think I've read that just like it is. But this is what Deming was referring to when he came up with the 96-4 rule. It started out as the 85-15 rule, then went to the 96-4, which says that 96% of the times when things go wrong, it's due to the system and management, because management created the system that the employee must work within. So if mistakes happen, 96% of the time, it would be blamed. Put the blame over here. Equipment, processes, pay, workload, all of this stuff. And only 4% of the time would it be attributed to the employee. Now that's really a lot to think about in a little video like this, but keep in mind we have internal factors. This little light of mine. This little light of mine, that's what I start out with. And then I go into all of this stuff. And do I keep that little light of mine? Is it flickering? Or is that little light of mine pissed off? You know, we have the external factors. Now, who's out there? Think about you. You are basically nobody because you're bendable. You're influenced by all of this stuff. You could go to the workplace in a great mood, happy, wanting to do the right thing, and boom, you hit the negativity, and over time, that changes you. Or it's not just negative, it could be positive. In fact, when things go right, 96% of the time it would be due to all of these factors, 4% of the time it would be over here. You could go to the workplace rather insecure and negative, a little jaded, and then get into the positive workplace and become positive. So I want you to think about that. That shows the importance of human resource management and management in general. This will change the person, even if it's only 8 to 5. So think about that. You are nobody. That's a concept for marketing as well, because you're influenced by, these aren't my clothes. I didn't decide to, I don't know. Influenced by media and things like that. So now, you have to think about performance reviews. Arian, you've seen this before many times. Performance reviews. Who has more control over the performance of a person? Is it the person, or is it the external factors which are within the workplace? Who has more control? There's only so much a person can take if the culture is negative. Maybe the equipment doesn't work, the processes are embarrassing, the poor quality, there's no pride, pay is up. I mean, how good would you feel about that? So think about that. Performance reviews? Who needs the performance review? I think management needs the performance review because they are in control of the kitchen that we have to work in. And that doesn't just include processes and equipment. It includes all of this stuff. You could even put politics here. Office politics. How much fun is that? So think about that. As an HR person trying to attain and retain great talent, you gotta keep all of this attractive. If it's negative, you're gonna burn everybody out. Think about it.